So hello everyone. In this video I'm going to explain you about n8n workflow which implements retrieval augmented generation pipeline. It watches specific Google Drive folder for new files such as HR FAQs, processes and embeds them using OpenAI, stores them in Pinecone and powers an AI agent that can answer user queries based on store vector data. So basically RAG provides factual and up-to-date responses by retrieving relevant documents from knowledge base, reducing hallucinations from LLM. As you can see here, these are the HR frequently asked questions of specific company. LLMs are not trained with this specific documentation. So to prevent hallucination, we are using RAG framework. So in RAG framework, this text is converted into chunks of vector embeddings, and then they are augmented to the then they are stored in the vector store and this information, those vector embeddings are augmented to the LLM. So LLM will use whenever a specific user queries, the LLM will answer from this knowledge base only. So in this workflow, we have two sections where the first section will read data from Google Drive and convert the text into vector embeddings, store them into a vector database for semantic search. The first node is a Google Drive trigger. It watches for specific folder in Google Drive for newly created files. This is the credential which I have created. This will integrate the Google Drive trigger to n8n and it will poll for every minute. So the folder name which I have given in Google Drive is FAQ. I'm providing that same name here. And so whenever the file gets created in FAQ folder, this Google Drive trigger will trigger the workflow. And the next one is the file download file. This will download the file that triggered the workflow. Here you should also give here the API key, and we need to give the file ID also, which and the next one is the Pinecone Vector Store. We are using it for storing the vector embeddings in Pinecone for future retrieval. S- So I have already created an index, and so here this is the credential of Pinecone API account. This will integrate the Pinecone Vector Store to n8n, and this is the namespace I'm giving for Pinecone Vector Store here, and it requires two things that is embedding and default and the document. So embeddings so the embeddings what it does is that once the file is present, that file is converted into text chunks with the help of this recursive character text splitter. This basically splits long text into small chunks recursively, and the default data loader will loads the binary data, and then the recursive character text splitter will split the text into small chunks, and the embeddings OpenAI will convert that text chunks to vector embeddings, and this all vector embeddings are stored in the Pinecone vector store. So we need to create a credential for this embedding model also, and I'm using this text embedding 3 small model. So after this first section gets execute I have already executed this section, and you can see the text chunks here. So in the second section you can see there is a chat trigger node. Whenever you query this this workflow gets triggered. This I have used the AI agent node, and it requires OpenAI chat model embed, and it requires memory in order to maintain the context. And I'm connecting it to the Pinecone vector store so that it retrieves whenever a question is asked. It retrieves that relevant data from the knowledge base of the Pinecone vector store. So for that we need to connect to embeddings OpenAI. So let me ask a question. I have question on work from home policy to contact HR. See, as you can see, when I gave the message, it triggered the AI agent, and it retrieved the information from the vector store, I mean the knowledge base, and then it gave me the output answer. You can contact HR regarding, yeah, you can see this. You can contact HR regarding the work from home policy by emailing. This is the HR email ID, and everything is present in the this documentation. As you can see, the HR working hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and the HR email ID is, this is the HR email ID. And you can also see there is a question on work from home policy, that is remote work policies. Yeah, this all the information was retrieved and was given answer by the LLM. Yeah, hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.